Hi.
Let's go.
Pikmin 2 is a really strange game, and we'll try our best to explain it, but it
I
may
won't.
not.
I have no idea anything about this
Yeah,
game.
I'm Jack. Currently second at the game now.
You
So
say
we're
that
getting
as though you haven't looked
yeah,
at the
as if it's
leaderboard
not my main
5
achievement for the
minutes
last few
ago.
months of my life. But anyway, yeah, so do I start the time, or do you guys do it? It's fine by me.
Ooh, get more me.
Oh, more importantly. All right, cool. So do I start the time, or do you guys?
That's a big button.
Oh,
That's a big
beautiful. Big go button. All right, 3, 2, 1. Sweet. Oh, 1 frame of the planet. We need to reset. But yeah, Pikmin 2, what? RTS game? Really weird. If you've never played it, it's like Nintendo's attempt at a strange RTS, but single player. Yeah, no, it's cool. So the story of the game is...
Bright.
Yeah, this is very, very, very bright, but won't be in the caves. It's interesting. But yeah, so the basic story of the game is Pikmin 1, Olimar crash lands on a planet. He has to fix his ship and go back. He brings back a souvenir for the president of like his greedy company.
Yeah, the president's grimy.
Yeah, he's grimy as hell. Absolutely would not trust him as far as I could throw him. Shouts to Pikmin 3.
I'll say you probably should be able to throw him.
Yeah, but the goal basically is, because Olimar takes back a souvenir, which is worth a bunch of money back home, like a year's salary or something. So now we have to like come back and pay off all the president's debts. So this is the first trick in the game. It's basically to skip the tutorial. So you throw this Pikmin in the wall here. He's now outside of the map, and we like run him off the map and kill him.
Oh.
So immediately betrayed. We've
Extinction.
we've killed all the 1 Pikmin on the entire planet that actually existed as far as the game's concerned.
Oh, and that just takes you to the end of the level.
Yeah. So basically the purpose of that is to skip a bunch of the like compulsory tutorial stuff. So super helpful. I think saves like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes.
You should probably mention that you're doing a memory card.
Yeah. So normally when we run this game, we don't do it without memory cards because the loading's a bit slower, but given the context, there's so much like chaotic nonsense that can happen in some of the harder caves in the game, man.
Marathons.
It's so
Play it
stressful.
safe.
Yeah, so it's for your benefit.
And this is like one of the few unskippable cutscenes, right? Or is
Yeah,
it
well, the extinction cutscene is, unskippable, but then there's 2 cutscenes that we've recently learned you can skip, but it's an invisible 1 frame input. So we're pretty skeptical about it so far.
Might as well give it a good effort.
Yeah, I'm not going to try it now. There's not much point. We haven't really come up with a consistent way of doing it. So until we do, like we were even thinking about using metronomes and stuff, like after
like
a
Pokemon
cutscene ends.
speedrunners.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Pokemon speedrunning. So it's like, you know, it's in our thoughts, but it's just not happening. So yeah, the initial start of the run is basically just trying to get an army of Pikmin as fast as possible. So you still have to go through some of the tutorial stuff like this. Although, fun fact, that cutscene also technically skippable.
So why don't you skip it?
Because the way you have to skip cutscenes in this game is by ending the day, which is really slow. So,
Oh, okay, yeah.
so, you know, it's not ideal. No.
This feels like a tutorial.
Yeah. Where's my 3rd dude? There he is. Okay, and that starts spinning. Actually, this cutscene, because those seeds are still falling down in the background while this cutscene's happening, which is fun. So yeah, end the day, because there's nothing else we can really do, because it still thinks we're in like tutorial mode, so it's cut off like so much of the game.
Yeah.
So you have to like get your initial squad going.
Speaking of initial squad, what do each like Pikmin do? The
Okay,
colours.
so the red Pikmin, we don't use them for that long, but they're important. So they hit quite hard, and they're immune to fire. Yeah, I know, they're 1.5 of any other Pikmin that isn't a purple Pikmin. So the red ones are the ones you get first. They're like immune to fire, hit quite hard. They're like the everyman. The guys we get next. Oh, should we talk about them? I want to talk about them in advance because they're so legendary.
Well, I feel like while it's slow.
Yeah, while it's slow. Okay, yeah.
all the-
So in the first cave, we'll get purple Pikmin, and oh my god, if anyone has played this game casually, they are insanely broken.
I've heard stories.
Like purple Pikmin
From
are
you.
like, before me, they had that big a presence. But yeah, no, purple Pikmin are like stupid broken. So I'm sure we'll be demonstrating that a lot later on.
Should hope so.
But yeah, the early game is like a weirdly optimized part of Pikmin 2 as well. Like, I mean, it probably will be for every speed
Only
game,
by
right?
you.
Because only by me. No, funnily enough, not by me.
Best early
Absolutely
game
can't
in the
take
world.
credit. Well, sometimes. On the right day, maybe the best early game. But yeah, no, it's actually been optimized by Cap and Lugia, because there's an entire category which tries to get the blue Pikmin first, like as fast as possible. So they optimized like a bunch of the early game just to make that category like hellish.
Oh, that's really funny.
So it's to the point where like where the Pikmin come out of the onion makes a meaningful difference on the end time of that category. It's stupid. But yeah, no, it's a fun one. Haven't played it yet, but have been told I shouldn't. God.
So when do you get to the first like actual cave?
First actual cave, maybe like 2 minutes, but it's pretty simple. Emergence Cave. It's where we unlock the next like level of the game.
And do you get like different Pikmin based on how far through the game you are? Do
Yeah.
they like ramp them up like that?
They don't randomly come up. It's like
No, they ramp them up like. So for the first cave, it's like, oh yeah, you can do this with reds and blues.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
you've
yeah.
unlocked whites, have them here, etc.
yeah, exactly. Like the strategy changes depending on what kind of squad you have. So for red and purples, it's pretty simple. Ooh, look at them. They're all gathered over there so tightly. So this will be like really quick. It's like this is the kind of RNG that I was talking about in like that other category that would like
Maybe you should
really save you time. Yeah, maybe we should have just done that. It's only 18 minutes, so it would have been a bit more, you know, friendly.
But it's not what you're best at, Jan.
No, it's not. It's not best. But yeah, no, the Pikmin 2 community is a very dedicated one. I feel like people are super, super, super good at this game.
Very tight-knit as well.
Yeah, man, it was like cool because we all went to GDQ just this one past. So yeah, a very friendly group of people if anyone wants to get involved. So yeah, the whole point here is we want these guys to grow, like have a few of them come out and then this seed go in, so that we're constantly plucking Pikmin here and not wasting any time like just standing still. Ideally you get 4, but we got 3, so that's fine. But yeah, so this is basically the first and only time that all we're doing really is growing Pikmin.
Yeah.
Because every other time that we're growing Pikmin in the game, we're sort of multitasking it, which is like a big key aspect of this game. It's like you need to be able to do things at the same time.
Budget
And
RTS.
Yeah, exactly. It's a budget RTS, or baby's first RTS maybe.
Baby's first RTS.
People who like real-time strategy but are scared of competition.
Still need their blanket and warm milk.
Their belly rubs. But yeah, no, it's super good. And ironically, we've turned it into a competition again by speedrunning it. Fantastic. But yeah, we get to show the cutscene that we have found out how to skip with an invisible 1-frame input.
And how much time does that save?
Probably like, don't know, like 8 seconds, 9 seconds? It's nothing crazy, but early games like so optimized. When we found it, it was just insane. So like there's this Japanese runner who right now pretty much everyone considers the best runner, although he lost world record last night. So he found it and he just never shares strategies with anyone. So we were just like, oh, great, yeah. Thanks for sharing. I know, right? It's so anti-speedrunner, but
Is that the old 100% world record?
yeah. It's the former 100% world record. So this is the cutscene that we skip in like, you know, optimal land.
Optimal land.
Yeah.
I've literally never been there in my life, and I never plan on it.
Let's see. Let's see if we can have like a one-day trip and get some really good cave layouts. Oh yeah, and his eyes are kind of missing from his head because it's not used to doing the cutscene tutorial here. So
Can you do it so fast?
no, because we're in completely the wrong part of the map.
Oh, right.
We're meant to be like somewhere all the way to the left of here. And Louis like falls out of the ship, but then he just teleports back to us.
I hate Louis. Can I just say that?
He's useless, genuinely.
I can't tell why, but he really...
I was going to be like, I don't want to spoil the story. I'm going to spoil the story because like genuinely this game is a decade and a half old. So you find out that Louis is the reason they have all the debt.
Wait, really?
Because they were carrying like really, really, really expensive food and expensive cargo and Louis just ate it all.
What a victim.
So we would be fine. We would just be big chilling back home if it wasn't for this man. Oh, Jesus.
So he's the reason you are here tonight.
Yeah, he's my purpose. God, I'm so used to splitting. Oh yeah, memory card. We're baby strapped.
Oh,
so
that's time loss.
as I say, every time we save, I think this memory card's alright, but every time we save, we probably lose like 0.1 seconds. But we save quite a lot.
Oh, it's that
so
small?
yeah. Because I mean, the other way we do it is to like trigger. We have to like go through a text box and be like, save, don't save, pick, don't save. So it's not exactly fast anyway, but.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's basically replacing that screen with
exactly.
saving, do not remove.
Exactly. So it's an interesting one. But yeah, so the caves, I guess, is a quick explanation. Emergence Cave isn't that good for it, but they are randomly generated to a degree.
Ew.
Yeah, I know, randomly generated, but it's part of why the game is so different every time you play through it. So like, for instance, Emergence Cave won't have the same because it's pretty much a tutorial. The only difference is those two can be in the different places. They can swap places on the level.
Quenching Emblem.
Oh, the names in this game are amazing.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah. But yeah, so the random generation is part of why this game is really interesting. 'Cause you have to root out all the floors on the fly and figure out what the kind of quickest way of getting everything in.
It's on the way down, right? You see the entire cave layout on the way down.
Yeah. So I guess now is kind of a good time to introduce it. But not for Emergence Cave, because this is very simple level. Yeah, it does suck. But yeah, so it's like here you get this little cutscene where you're falling down, and you can kind of look at the level from above. And then as soon as I'm in that position, I'm already trying to come up with the game plan of how to play it.
Oh, I swear I knew what that one was.
What, the name of the globe?
Yeah, but I can't remember it.
I actually don't know the name of it. I just know what I do with it.
You should know all the names off by heart.
I actually don't. I only know the super high meme value names. And I'm sure they'll come.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a,
Do you want to explain why you were zoomed in super hard?
If you can.
I said, do you want to? Because I can't.
Okay. Well, could you?
I vaguely know that this game
it loads
bases
enemies.
Things on
yes.
what you can actually see on the camera. So if you zoom in, certain things won't spawn.
Yes. So basically, if an enemy is on screen, it is loaded. Or if an enemy is next to a Pikmin in like a very intimate, I don't know, radius, it also loads. But apart from that, you can basically deload enemies if they're not on camera, which is, you know, interesting. But helpful. It's actually super helpful for a lot of the enemies later on in the game, especially.
What was that line? They were freaking out.
Hmm?
They were like in a line, moving across.
That was not. Pikmin don't like going up walls by themselves, so you kind of have to baby them through it.
I have played this game once, and my Pikmin just didn't follow me.
No. It's like, I don't know, it's like a twin-stick shooter, this game. Like one hand on the C-stick, because you can kind of say where the crowd go, depending on where you're pushing the C-stick on the GameCube controller. So yeah, it's a half first-person shooter, half RTS. Half baby's first game.
All skill.
All talent. Oh, God. See, this is also why, because that Japanese runner we were talking about before has become sort of a villain in the scene. So he said, like, oh, yeah, the game's just 80% luck, and everyone's like, no. God.
But he's not world record anymore, so
no,
you don't have to listen to
yeah,
him.
So what opinions, really?
Yeah. I swear it has something Atlas.
Spherical Atlas? Could be Spherical
Something Atlas.
UK, baby.
UK.
Hey, we did it. All right, sick. It's so weird. There's like two camps of people in the Pikmin community. There's like those that know all the names for all the treasures, and those just go like, the top bit of the globe, or the lipstick. It's like definitely two camps.
Marvelous.
Yeah. But yeah, early game's definitely gotten a lot faster. I'd say like a really, really, really good early game, if I was going for like PB attempts, would be like, I don't know, 12:05 or something. So, yeah.
So,
yes, we're doing all right.
You're not far off.
It's definitely the easy part of the game. Because if anyone who's played this casually, you understand how stressful just a lot of the enemies are. Like, the stakes are so high all the time. So many things that can just kill, like, 40 Pikmin in one go. So we'll be seeing a lot of it, I'm sure.
I've definitely seen a lot of Pikmin on fire.
Oh, yeah, you have. It's a bad time.
And you being very stressed out about the entire run.
Yeah, no, like, that's the thing. Every runner of every level finds this game incredibly stressful for very radically different reasons. Because new people are just like, why am I Pikmin doing that? What's going on? And then, like, I don't know, the top level runners just find themselves in really, really, really precarious positions. And they just stress out. Myself obviously included. So this is like, this is actually probably a really good time to explain, like, the basic idea of multitasking. So I was saying before, like, the early game is the only time we actually grow Pikmin. We're growing more here, but the chief sort of role of this is to get down this gate and access the sort of early game caves. So like here, these guys, the 6 I threw, they're actually growing stuff while we're putting down this gate.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know, like I was introducing it to a friend of ours, like the game, conceptually, and he was like, oh, I think I get it, multitasking, okay, cool. That's kind of the whole point.
Yeah, I guess. Get
so
as much
that
done in as little time possible. It's almost like it's a speedrun.
You have a certain amount of tasks to do, you need to get them all done. Wow, quickly, who would have thought?
You still only have reds.
Yes.
When do we rectify that?
So the next cave, well, we've got purples.
Have you?
Yeah, we've got the chunky boys. They were in Orange Cave, you know?
I can't see them.
They're on the wall, to be fair. Yeah. Because Pikmin, oh yeah, purple Pikmin, they hit very, very hard. So you know how reds are like 1.5 times damage? Purple Pikmin are 3 times? So reds are already pretty solid, and in like Pikmin 1, they're your strongest guys in general. But in this, they're just completely eclipsed by purple Pikmin.
Dwarfed.
Dwarfed, you could even say, yeah. Alright, cool. So as you see, it's just like trying to get the gate down as fast as possible, because that's like the end goal. That's the thing preventing us from going forward, so we need to get that done as fast as possible. But whilst that's happening, as you say,
you can do
we're growing more dudes, we're making our life easier by having substantially more Pikmin. So for most of the run, at any point, we're probably going to have about 90. And the more we lose, the slower you go. It's like one of the kind of annoying parts about this game. We call it compound time loss. So it's like your ability to go fast is based almost purely on how many Pikmin you have. So if you lose like 15, suddenly everything just takes a little bit longer. Destroying walls takes longer.
Yeah.
You have less like Pikmin to kill enemies. So that's what separates like, yeah, a lot of the good level runners.
What on earth are you doing?
Oh yeah, this is cuddle straps. So we get them super close together so that they can go on the nectar efficiently.
That's cute.
Yeah, it is cute. You know, this game's pretty wholesome until, you know, that guy could eat them like through his straw mouth.
His straw? Okay.
Yeah, dude. I hope I don't have to show you because it's pretty sad. But
yeah.
Pikmin get messed up in this game. A lot of terrible things happen to them. God.
Okay, what rating is this game?
God, good question.
Too low. It's
Too low. You're introduced to death at a very young age in 2004. Okay. So Hall of Beasts, pretty simple cave overall. Ooh, this kind of go. Okay.
It's actually a pro-military game.
From
that no matter how many you lose, there's always more.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, this is the only treasure on this floor, but it's worth quite a lot of money, so it's definitely worth the time getting it here. Because that's how we decide what treasures we're going to get. So for instance, this cross is worth 100 Pokos. So getting it is like pretty good, because it's what, by itself, 1% of the entire end goal. So there are some treasures that like take a similar amount of time, but are worth substantially less money.
Yeah.
So the whole routing process is based behind optimizing high-value treasures and getting them as soon as you can.
On your splits, you usually have a little number next to them.
Because this game is like based on variable routing, not just on the floors, but also on the treasures you can collect. So there's one floor in the game, which, you know, we all hate, but it's important. So Snagger Hole 6. There's an optional treasure that sometimes spawns and sometimes doesn't.
Interesting.
Which is like, as soon as you get that, your options kind of explode. It takes time, of course, to get that treasure, but it's so worth it. So once you get that, you can decide to like skip things later on, which will of course save time. Because getting the treasures is the thing that takes the time, but it's also the thing we're trying to do quickly. So, a lot going on. But yeah, getting that, if we do get it in the run, I'll try and explain the sort of basic thought processes behind it.
I was just wondering how you were going to do it without that number.
Oh, well, I mean, we have it in our head.
Oh, I just remember it.
Yeah,
I'm second in the world,
it's no big deal. I'm pretty smart. God. But yeah, so the weird thing about playing this game, and something that I feel maybe worth mentioning, if it looks like I'm going completely the wrong way or don't know where I'm going.
It's because he is.
Yeah, it's because I am. It's because I'm really bad at the game. But the brightness of the TV is very, very, very important. So this TV is like pretty bright, so it's fine. But there are some flaws in the game where you're just like, why have you made it this dark? Like you just can't see, because there's an optional treasure later on where you can increase the brightness of like all the floors, but we don't get it. So.
Wait, there's an in-game.
Yeah, because you kill a boss fight, and all the boss fights have like key items at the end of them that have, you know, special properties.
Oh, cool.
So for instance, here we have no clue where the treasures are in general. Like there's no indicative thing. But at the end of the cave, there's a treasure that helps us with that. Yeah, so I'm thinking I might actually get that, because it's a good boss fight. It was in the old route that we used to do.
Oh, so you did used to get it. How much time would you lose to get it?
We didn't really lose time, but it's like we calculate the value of treasures based on how long it takes to get versus how much it's worth. So for that treasure, it was 75 seconds for 100 Pokos, which is okay. We try and get like 2 to 1. So for instance, this floor probably took a minute, but we got like 300 and something Pokos, which is like stupid.
Not bad, not bad.
Yep. Like I've had like nightmare scenarios about this where you can reset the early game caves to just loot the treasures, but thankfully that glitch has never been found. Okay. So this floor, pretty simple.
So how do you get to throw the purples instead of...
Oh yeah, so to toggle through your Pikmin, you like hold A when you're holding them, and then you can D-pad left, right to switch colors, and up, down to get like types. So flowers, buds are different, for instance.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, man, that was lucky. That's kind of a 50-50. I mean, most of the time it's fine. Doesn't really matter if you get them, but it's super nice. sort of in the route. Oh, I guess something that's also worth mentioning. For the bug bodies, so you see kill enemies and they still take them back to the rocket. They actually have a really, really, really big impact on the run. Okay. Like overall, we're projected to get about 200 and something Pokos worth of bugs. So for instance, those enemies I just killed called Matites, they're worth 10. Which by itself is like pretty good.
Hey.
Hey. Alright. So this floor, this trick is super annoying. Luck wafer. I know, right? The names are golden. Okay, so this trick's super annoying. It's my least favorite trick, but there's a way you can one cycle or zero cycle this boss if you time it right.
I do know something.
You do know this.
I don't, but I've seen you do this before.
Okay, that feels good. So basically, you have to whistle the Pikmin instantly and start going, because like when it says like final floor, it kind of locks you out of a lot of buttons for a while. Nah, didn't get it. Pretty annoying, but it loses about 14 seconds as long as I get a backup. Because obviously this isn't very quick, is it?
What is she doing?
Dunno, mate. Dunno.
Sort your life out.
Sort your life out. Where's your purpose? Rolling around in a cave.
We've all been there.
Absolutely. So yeah, this is probably the most important treasure in the game. So it's basically a radar, and it illustrates to you where the treasures are on a certain level. And it's like how you can actually route. Because when you come down, you can only see like a bit of the floor, but you use that information to sort of shape your thinking for how you're going to play it. But then that's for the more detailed parts of the floors.
Kind of messed up that they like to just kill things and then carry their bodies back to the ship.
I know. We're selling dead animals.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Peter, please don't investigate this. Cool. So yeah, prototype detector. It's actually a love detector. Did we get the body? I think we did.
It's a love detector.
Yeah, that's the name of the treasure. It's like, you know those old machines in like the 1990s where you get like two people to put their like fingers on it, and it was like, yeah, it's very stupid, but.
That's a good idea for a birthday present if anyone wants to buy this guy something with good meme value and a reference to Pikmin 2.
Treasure value. All right, so the good thing about Fast Empress there, when we messed it up, is that we didn't lose any Pikmin. Because sometimes you can. Like, some Pikmin just get lodged under her, and that's super annoying. Like, losing one purple, like, we kind of say as a guideline that you can lose maybe about 5 before it starts getting, like, really tricky. Because purples are, like, the main way you undertake combat. So if you lose a bunch of purples, you just can't kill some enemies without taking more and more losses and more damage. And then you lose more time because you can't do things, and it spirals out of control really, really, really fast. So fingers crossed, we keep them alive.
I believe in you.
Yeah, I believe in you too. Alright, so second cave, White Flower Garden.
Do you have time for a quick donation or two?
Yeah, absolutely, go for it.
So we have a $25 donation from Leon Massey saying, Draz, have my babies.
Thanks, Leon.
Sup, Leon?
Tet's alright too, I guess. And we also have a $25 donation from Mocha G. This one's a bit late. It says, good luck to our boy Jack from all the Pikmin 2 community in chat. Also, you should let Tet do Fast Empress.
Nah, that's never going to happen.
Nah, it's behind us now, boys. God bless. We actually did teach. Oh, I tried teaching like a couple of casual friends of mine how to do Fast Empress, and we did get a couple of successes. So not that beginner unfriendly. I'm just really bad. So
I can't even like get the Pikmin to go where I want. The only thing I've ever done is I tried to throw that Pikmin up on that ridge, and then like walking around to the treasure.
Coming up. That's
failed absolutely miserably.
That's gonna be a big tone setter for this run, whether we get that or not. It's a big deal. All right, get me down. So yeah, again, these early caves are like pretty simple, but playing them like optimally does save quite a lot of time overall. It's just like sharp lines, making sure you don't, toss about, do nothing. Okay, let's see.
There's definitely been no like big mistakes aside from missing Fast Empress.
Yeah, and missing Fast Empress is like, it's okay, but I would never reset a run to a certain degree of a Fast Empress. If I missed the backup, I would, but then that's just, you're spiraling out of control, maybe even losing Pikmin if you miss the backup, so it's like, yeah. Cool. So yeah, that floor's pretty simple. Those are fiery blowhogs. Pretty annoying.
I was about to say, I didn't like the look of them.
Nah. Make little fart sounds, shoot fire at you. It's not a good time. But yeah, we get the most important Pikmin, my favorite Pikmin in this cave. They're the part of the reason why we go fast, so we really, really, really like them. White Pikmin. Hence, the name of the cave. White Flower Garden.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Of course.
Dude, the developers knew what they were doing.
They are like.
Is this the one?
Nah. Much later on. Much later.
Much later? Okay.
But Drought Ender is also, you know.
I'm a fan of Drought Ender.
It's a B tier name for sure. This game has high standards for names.
It does.
So yeah, here they are. This floor is one of the few set floors in the game. So we've kind of figured out how to play it perfectly, which is nice. But yeah, a lot of people get like vortexed in early game because there is quite a long time where you want to avoid getting vortexed at all costs. Where you just find yourself doing early game and you're like, why? I'm saving like 8 seconds.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely know that feeling.
So it's a big ethos. A lot of the wise runners will be like, just stop. Just stop resetting early game. So yeah, here they are, the white Pikmin, the fastest boys in the game. So they're actually like very, very talented Pikmin. So they can see underground, which is what this cutscene would explain if I let it play out. They're immune to poison, which is really big, and they're the fastest Pikmin in the game, like by substantial amounts. So you'll often see me at later points in the game reloading treasures with white Pikmin, just because they literally move double the speed of every other Pikmin for like basic carrying.
Does that mean the white Pikmin can't get drunk if they're immune to poison?
Yeah, I guess so.
Damn, that sucks.
Got tolerance of absolute kings.
So what do they do if, say you and the Pikmin boys are having a party because you collected a fat treasure?
Yeah.
How are they going to have a good time?
Dunno. I guess they're just vibe lovers.
Oh, you got 2?
I do think so.
Got 2 on the
that's a good effort, you know? We'll
good.
take 2 on the beam. So that's a good trend set for the run.
Yeah, that's impressive.
There they are. Just having a good old time. The actual, like, I actually kind of wimped out a bit, because getting a purple up there is the...
Oh, is that the...
That's the God Gamer stuff, yeah.
God Gamer. That's a gamer moment.
Absolutely. Super stick textile. So
that's like C tier.
Yeah, exactly. It's like pretty descriptive, doesn't really have any flavor to it. So, yeah, interesting one. So this floor, because there are version differences in this game. So, of course, when I started, I used to play PAL, because Europe. Yeah. But in NTSC, this floor is substantially quicker. Because in PAL, you have to destroy these poison geysers, which takes like a weirdly long amount of time. Oh, this is pretty good 100. And I was going to say as well, it's quite a variable floor. So quite a lot can go wrong. It can just randomly be like ages away. And then you just have to spend a lot of time waiting for the treasure.
Sorry, you got like one white Pikmin just like solidly at your heels.
Oh man, you never lose track. Because that's the thing, they're like 3 times faster than Olimar. They're like so much faster than Olimar at this stage that they like freak out. When you see stick them in the front, it's great.
Is a white one the one that you stim ahead to the StarCraft?
Yeah. Oh, actually no, that was a red one. If it's for enter white flag gun, yeah. But there are ways that you can send white Pikmin ahead, and it's useful for destroying hazards very quickly. So like here, you can see the white Pikmin are just so much faster. So like we're going to try and use them for as much as possible. Because they're all moving at the same speed. Well, not now, yeah, because we're kind of grouped up. So yeah, this guy's like, he's a boss. Yeah.
And there he goes.
That's the thing, that's not even like...
Did you even lose one?
No. You don't normally lose Pikmin, Tim, to be fair. It's if you kind of execute it a little slowly, you can sometimes, but it's, not something we use.
And you're just carrying its head.
Yeah. It's the trophy, innit? Olimar's a trophy hunter, and it's like... yeah, I know.
Maybe I will call
Olimar, despised in all the games he's in. Killer of wildlife in Pikmin 2. A broken character in Smash Ultimate. Is that a controversial statement? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure everyone will agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, I think I have one for you if you want. A donation is quite controversial.
Oh, absolutely. I love them.
Bring them on.
So Apache donated $5, and he said, Pikmin have no rights.
You are not wrong.
What's wrong with you?
That's a solid donation. Thank you.
We also have a $25 donation from Dad, and he says, Daddy is very proud and wants you boys to have a great weekend.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks, Dale.
Tell Ted to remember to wash behind his ears. Much love and many kisses.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
Man, I've just received a lot of abuse on these donations.
Yeah. My praise is being sung. Your praise is absent. Okay, so this trick... I'll just be upfront with you. I may have to reset if I mess it up. So this is called early blues. So we get blues out of sequence in this game. You're meant to get them substantially later than we do. But I'm getting them now by warping out of bounds and then coming back in.
It's one of the few like actual like major tricks in this game, right? A lot of this game is just playing the game as it should be played, but really well and really fast, whereas this is like an actual sequence break.
Exactly. So it's like day 1 elimination that we did before, and this are like the two, big glitches. So let's see. Ooh, pretty far forward. All right. Okay. Did we get it? Yeah, we did. Ooh, sweet. All right, that's good.
Let's go.
That is that's a very good trick to hit first time. So basically what happens is the developers thought they were really smart. So they put this invisible wall around the blue area because they were like, maybe they could find their way on top of the scenery. So speedrunners were like, yeah, that's cool. We'll find a way to warp under the level, teleport into it, and then get the blues. So they tried to stop us, but we could not be stopped.
A running theme in this game. A running theme in this game.
Absolutely cannot be stopped. The pace, unbelievable.
I've literally never seen you stop in my life.
Yep, always be pressing buttons. Okay, so there's a 1 in 3 chance that it's blue. Not a huge issue most of the time. So yeah, and now they'll path differently because they're like, where's the onion? And then we got there, which is great. So, oh yeah, that's something I didn't even really reference. So the knapsack, which was the treasure we got at the end of White Flower Garden, it treats you like a treasure, and Pikmin will move you like you're a treasure. And the way they do it is there's waypoints in the game that Pikmin like go to. So they'll sometimes force like really awkward waypoints if you're in the right position, and you can climb vertically, which absolutely never planned for Pikmin. This is a very not vertical game, apart from getting the Pikmin on the beam. Yeah, no,
which you did. Which you did.
Which I did, yeah. So verticality is something I'm very acquainted with, I'm sure. Chance turn.
That's okay.
Decent, it's decent.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. But yeah, no, so this was a fine enter snagger hole split, really.
Yeah, this looked pretty decent so far.
Yeah.
World record?
Yeah, basically. All right. So what's a good exit time for snagger hole? I'm actually really bad at this. Like, all the runners, I feel like, know what good rough times for good splits are, but I don't, so let's just see. All right, so snagger hole's like, I would say, the first kind of tricky cave of the speedrun. It's like, I don't know, there's a lot that can go wrong. The enemies actually start doing serious damage to your squad if they're left unchecked. So like this guy, for instance, orange Bulborbs, they are insanely aggressive. Like, we barely even interacted with regular Bulborbs, but yeah, these guys can, like, if left unchecked, they will just destroy your squad. They will, like, absolutely ruin the lives of your team. So
luckily you killed him and carried him off.
So we kill him instantly.
We murder him in his home in order to steal his stuff and sell it.
He ate it.
Because Louis...
Yeah, so Louis is the cause of all of this. Yeah, again, I can't stress that enough. Louis, not a good egg. All right. So this is what? Clairvoyant sphere?
Crystallized telekinesis.
That's a scuff. I feel like, oh, that might have been the one in the last cave. Oh, well, fine. We be saving. So there are what we call 6 big flaws in the game where RNG unfortunately does actually play a bit of a hand in how it goes. So this is one of the flaws. This actually looks pretty good though. So let's see. Nothing that way. White flower. Okay, cool. So this flaw, kind of what you want to do is there's one treasure that's insanely high value, and sometimes it spawns really close, sometimes it spawns really far away, but it's that strawberry in the distance. So in this case, we would call this very good RNG. So that's helpful. Cool. Got an estimate to make, you know? But yeah, so it doesn't actually matter that much. I'd say there's like 6 floors in the game, maybe 7. Like some people hate another floor as well that comes up later. But yeah, apart from those floors, the RNG is never too much of an issue. I'm not sure I can grow extra whites.
I can't get over how bright it is.
Yes, this is
so
very, this is differently bright as well.
This is eye-piercingly bright. It's because we turned the contrast all the way up.
Yeah. Oh, should I try and grow whites? Yeah.
Do it. You won't.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
For me.
Oh, actually, I don't know.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, God. Okay, we're doing it.
You can't talk all that ish and then...
Oh, that was amazing. All right, cool. Yeah, we're definitely growing whites.
Sick.
We'll play like that. You kidding me? Every game he plays, he's insufferable.
Literally every single one.
Kids game from 2004?
2002.
Nah. 4. I think it's 4. I
Sure
could be wrong.
Oh, wait, you're talking about this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking
no,
I was talking about the other one.
Oh, Melee's so much worse. Okay, cool. So the money that we're getting there in the top right as well is from bugs. So it's nice. While we're growing the whites, we had that in the background. So some element of multitasking still going on. Which is pretty good. All right.
Man, you really do like kids' games. This is Melee?
Yeah,
what's wrong with you?
this Melee. Should try growing up.
Yeah,
Nah. Okay, so this is one of these interesting floors where I actually can't see the exit currently. So I'm actually going to do baby straps, pause, cool, fine.
Ooh.
Loses 2 seconds.
It's like it didn't even happen. I didn't see it.
Exactly, instant. It's insta. Insta pause. Okay, these whites, we kind of want them on here somewhere, speeding things up. Cool.
So every time you like have 2 or 3 straggler Pikmin following you, is that just because you've like accidentally not thrown them, or are they there for like an actual reason?
It can be a lot of reasons. So it could be like I've already used enough Pikmin to load up the treasures and things like that, or it can be, I don't know. There's like a million reasons. You can just have like a few dudes with you, but they're not safe being with you because Pikmin are strong in numbers. So ironically, if you have Pikmin, you want a lot. Otherwise, you're still not really safe. All right, let's see. Can get the best read on that on the way down.
Oh, you've lost like 4.
Lost a handful. Oh, this is interesting. It's exactly 4.
Yeah. So you had 72, and now you have 68.
Thanks for keeping track.
I did GCSE level maths.
Not sure I'm a fan of this. Okay, so that treasure is so low value that most of the time we don't get it.
But sensing a but.
No, there's no but.
Oh.
I just don't like getting that treasure. I think conceptually it's a bad treasure. Okay. Oh, this is a really bad floor, by the way. This is like very, very, very hairy. So for instance, this guy, he can massacre people very, very, very easily. So I just want to get rid of him for my peace of mind. So here, that's watery blowhogs. They're super annoying. But you can see, like, the game gets very, very, very enemy-intensive and chaotic at various points.
There was a lot of things going on screen at once.
Yeah. So, like, I would feel confident saying, like, this is kind of a tricky layout to play. Maybe not that slow, but...
Crystallized telepathy,
yeah, that's
and
the theme.
crystallized telekinesis. I like it.
Okay. So we got rid of him. See, it's not ideal. So we lost 2 reds, but as I say, reds, we don't use them for like a lot of the run, so they're not actually that bad to lose. I don't like having such a, Pikmin have no rights approach to it, but Pikmin have no rights, so...
Red Pikmin have no rights.
Sometimes we call it... Yeah, red Pikmin have literally 0 rights.
Red Pikmin live over the poverty line.
Yeah.
The wrong side of it.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I actually don't... No, I can't get this treasure. I refuse. Actually, wait, I have to now. It's conceptually good play, so I'll get Cupid's Grenade.
But the principle.
But the principle... I know. There you go. I've abandoned my principles for charity. That's all it took. A good cause.
Cupid's... Okay, that's like 80.
It's a pretty 80 name. Yeah, Cupid's Grenade's solid. But in theory, getting it, because it's only worth 20, but a cutscene, like these treasure cutscenes take 10 seconds.
10 seconds?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like 10 seconds.
No, it doesn't. They kind of go by decently quick. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have the extra 20, I guess. It means you can forget some bug bodies later on and be all right.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah. Okay, so 5. This one's pretty variable. Let's see. Okay, this seems okay. Oh, I heard him land already, which is a good sign. Nice, okay. So this guy, he basically blocks your treasure gauge, so you can't actually see anything. That purple is a genius. The smartest Pikmin to ever live.
What a guy.
Yeah, what a legend. Okay, so now the task of this floor basically is to find another bulb orb that has a treasure in it. So it's not this way. We use the captain to sort of scout out the other side of the room. But now it's pretty likely to be over here. But we're using pretty much just the gauge here to figure it out. Ooh, don't like this. It might have been near where that guy was, but this is a very weird floor. Alright. So ideally, time spent like this. Oh, okay, so it was near the spawn. Interesting. Wow, so this is in theory...
So that would have been a really good game.
If I'd randomly had the read to come over here and get him, yes, that would have been insanely fast. But with that floor, it's kind of hard to tell.
You know what? That's what separates number 2 from number 1.
That's what separates me from Ice Cube. Ice Cube, probably the most talented speedrunner that, I don't know,
Literally
but I know it. And any sphere of speedrunning I've been in, definitely.
Crystallized.
Clairvoyance. There you go. So I think that's the Trinity completed. Marble on each floor. I'm getting accosted by the Glaswegian wildlife.
Did you just call a fly Glaswegian wildlife?
Yes, I did. All right, so this is the floor that I was talking about before. So sometimes we get a treasure, sometimes we don't. I'll explain it if we do. But if not, just know that it's very good news if we do. So you'll see a bulb orb land from the sky. I can actually kill this guy, maybe make it a bit more likely. Okay, I don't like killing the snaggets for the treasure, but Okay, so let's scout.
You're doing a lot of things that you don't like doing.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of it would be I don't like doing it in a world record run context, but I think it's good for like, you know, general practice. Is the cave that way? I can't barely see. My God. No. All right. So we're back over. So I think it is this way, but there's so much water in the way that we can't really do much about it. So for, you know, try hard world record context, this would be quite a bad snag hole 6. But for our purposes, it's pretty much fine. Alright. So now we're into the last floor. Another boss quick kill. I think basically every boss we fight in this entire game can be quick killed.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, apart from the last one. The last one's a pain in the ass. Okay. So shout out to the Japanese for finding this trap, by the way. They're like really good at this sort of stuff. So this is called the Pileated Snagger. He's like a stronger version of what we fought before, but he has legs. So, you know, he's But what we do is we get a bunch of reds on him, have purple stun him at the bottom, and it pauses his animation. So he'll take like a bunch of damage in that time, which is super helpful as you suspect. Okay. So treasure has like weird physics as well, so sometimes it will just like go over there. Oh, approach it for that many on. Okay. So the reason I went into low camera before was to find out what the geyser was, which I believe was over here. But yeah, again, I can't really see. Yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, if you're going to get into Pikmin 2 speedrunning, highly recommend getting a TV that's like potentially painfully bright, honestly. It's just, it makes a world of difference. Okay, so cool. So that treasure is another boss treasure, yet again. So it doesn't really do much for our purposes, but it means when you get hit by enemies, you take less damage. So it is quite nice.
Yeah, it's helpful.
Justice alloy.
Justice alloy, I like it.
And you can make him dab as well. So.
Kinda.
Moke likes that. I'm not sure if I like it a lot.
That one's for you, Moke.
That one's for you, yeah. I think he has a more nuanced way of doing it that I probably fucked up.
Maybe.
Alright. So now we're entering the last cave in Awakening Wood that we play, called Bulblax's Kingdom. Pretty friendly cave overall. Nothing dangerous in there, as I'm sure you'd imagine. Absolutely nothing.
Literally none of that.
Funnily enough, this has been optimized the most recently, but it's literally been optimized yesterday. So pardon me for not having the optimizations in my route yet, but I'll get there. Oh, did I put one down? Yeah, I did. He was inside the bubble. Gotta check. So yet again, so the key multitask here is the globe ahead here, if you can see it. That's what we need to go to the next area. So we're trying to get to that basically as quickly as possible, while also growing some blues because we're pretty low. So yeah, and then we end up in Bulblax's Kingdom, getting that treasure. So we're doing like a lot of stuff at the same time here.
Have you unlocked like all the different Pikmin now?
All the Pikmin that we used for the run, yes.
Okay.
All of them.
Oh yeah, there's like one other type that just don't exist.
I don't think there is. I've never really heard of them myself.
They do not exist.
Nah, I've never seen them. Never seen them. It's only four types of Pikmin. So. Oh, hello. Okay. But yeah, these bits are like the main optimized part of the speedrun, and they're really cool. Big fan of above ground sections.
Yeah, they look similar each time you do them.
Yeah, exactly. There's like an element of consistency to it.
Ooh,
it's more like Pikmin 1, if anyone's familiar with that game.
Is that another spherical atlas?
It is, maybe, but I think it has a different name.
Ooh, that's annoying.
You know, it's exotic.
It's exotic.
Alright. So the recent route change that I'm aware of is that there's this treasure up here that we used to do a trick throw to get, which was pretty pointless. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot something. There you go. Okay, so we gotta go get those pellets to the blue, because they're pretty important, as you'd suspect. Okay, so this treasure up here, we used to do like a trick throw with the purples to get it down, but now we just kind of go up there and get it. It's like a much simpler idea, but we hadn't even thought about it until recently. Shout outs to Paper Aria, former Super Mario Sunshine runner, for coming up with that.
Oh yeah, you were telling me that.
Oh, that's very, very, very not good. We may have to do that trick again. Because you can get caught on the carrying cycle, depending on the speed of the Sunseed Berry, and I think it got sped up by another Pikmin, so... Ooh, yeah, this isn't great. Okay. So you gotta do this again. Doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's a pain in the butt. Okay, so I'm glad that cutscene essentially happened first. But yeah, this knapsack's a pain.
So did you get like screwed over by the Sunseed Berry being too fast?
Yes. It does happen, so
Go slow or go fast?
Oh, wait a minute. That might push him off. I don't want to see that. Okay. Good. Fine. Oh, sloppy, but you've got to get the details down. Otherwise, it's just absolute disaster if you forget stuff. Oh, like you? Interesting. Okay. Whew. So this has been a very, very, very messy split. That happened. No reset, gang?
No reset, gang.
If you've got time, we've got a few more donations.
Oh, yeah, please.
Yeah. So we got RDV versus the world with $10 saying, "Yo, JackDraz, good luck on your run, my guy. Excited to meet you at ESA Summer."
Sick. Yeah, thank you, Ronald.
We have $5 from Apache saying, "Help! Draz and Tet are killing Pikmin. The only thing that can save them is Fuzzy doing a dab."
Where is it, Charles?
Oh, Charles.
Where is it, Charles?
Don't do
Peer
it.
pressure.
Don't do
Peer
it.
pressure.
Oh.
Hey!
There it is.
Let it be known, Charles Kinnaman will do anything for money.
For a good cause or in general? Who knows?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Okay, so this is where we say goodbye to Reds forever. You know what? They've been helping us so far, but they get to live a comfy retirement.
No, they don't. We've already talked about them living over the poverty line. We know they're going back to their one-bedroom shack and have to feed their 4 kids off minimum wage income.
Yeah, well,
That's life.
life doesn't always win.
That's what they get for not being born rich, to be honest.
Oh, so this is a pain in the butt. So, would not recommend this to anyone, but it's how we're going to play it, because we do have enough whites for this to be okay. So while we're up here, the treasure is now going back to the rocket. So I'm going to stay in range. Oh, God. How long will it take? Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, messy overground split, but weirdly enough, a payoff there.
Is that hair gel?
No, it's, I think, lip balm or something?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Okay, so this is the last cave in Awakening Wood, Ball Black's Kingdom. We got there, finally.
Sloppily, but we got there.
Yep. All right, so this cave's like pretty fun, and it's like pretty low variance as well, so it's, well, to a degree. So this is a good start. This Volborb has the treasure. We kill him. Easy days. Oh, unless my Pikmin trip and fuck up everything. Ooh. Okay, cool. Yeah, dead, fine. Kind of slow, but not the end of the world. Okay, so this Volborb here is worth 7 Pokos. So the common wisdom that we tell people is you can wait 2 seconds for it. 2 or 3 seconds, probably a good spend of time.
I'm going to need like an exchange rate on Pokos. Because that 7 Pokos means nothing.
Okay, so we have to get 10,000.
Right.
So 7, and we need a total of 200 in bugs. That's like rooted in. We get enough treasures to fill up the rest, but 200 has to be bugs.
Okay.
About that, depending. So, all right. Ooh,
so I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say the boss at the end of this will be a Bull Blacks thingy.
Yeah, good guess.
Thanks. Do you bother with him, or is he
he's
optional?
Really, really great. I'll show you why.
This is the bit I tried.
Oh, right. And you did try this. I forgot.
Absolutely.
You nailed it, yeah. I remember. Also, those guys stun every time, so pretty consistent just to hit them with a purple Pikmin and they'll stun. That's something I'm not sure I've necessarily explained in full detail, but a part of when you throw a Pikmin, they land because they're very big boys. And when they land, they have like impact.
It's like Pikachu's down air.
Like Pikachu's down air?
Yeah.
Well, they headbutt the ground.
So you've got like a hitbox, and then when it lands, there's another hitbox that...
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, got you. So they hit and then also have an impact hitbox, essentially. And that impact hitbox is broken. They absolutely overdid it. It's like you can throw 6 purples at an enemy that's meant to be like pretty threatening, and it just melts. So, okay, here I can't see the exit, but we'll pause. Ooh, okay, shit. All right. So yeah, we skip this floor because the only treasure there, as we say, really low value.
Useless.
So useless to our capitalist,
completely useless.
Objectives. All right. So this floor has some interesting variation. So didn't get that good of a look on the come down. So we grow extra purples here, just because the way we've routed the game later on leaves you with a really low amount of purples if you're not planning it well. Okay, so this is good. This is the first guy he has a treasure of ours that we really want. So yeah, thanks for that. Really helpful. Okay, so, ooh, this is good, actually. So try and bait him out. Okay, good. So then hopefully he'll jump to us, and we won't have to deal with that riffraff, you know? Because those Anno beetles, they are very, 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 very dangerous. Like, electricity is the strongest hazard in this game and can kill runs, like, instantly. So...
Do Pikmin have, like, HP?
No. Pikmin they just die. They're really good at dying. That's, like, their stuff.
That's the
They
thing.
love dying. So that's kind of just what they do. Wish they were, you know, a bit more resilient, but I don't know where to put these. Because the thing is, if I leave them by themselves, they just get in trouble. So I don't want to put them anywhere too dangerous.
Those bugs look terrifying.
Yeah, because those electricity beams instantly kill Pikmin. Like, instantly. There's absolutely nothing you can do to save the Pikmin from that.
So if you just like run through one, and it happens to turn on.
It turns on, all 100 could just melt instantly.
The
and the run
run's
vanishes, and I'd have to reset the floor. Yeah. So, you know, we're looking to avoid that, because resetting, not the fastest thing ever.
No, I've heard.
Yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, I feel like that was actually a really good floor.
Yeah,
like,
while I was just
talking about the perils.
talking nonsense, you just sort of did that floor as though it was nothing.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, that floor is pretty interesting. Okay, so this floor is one of the darkest in the game, but thankfully...
Thankfully, we have cranked the contrast up to eye-piercing levels.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's visible on your guys' side.
But
yeah, so
yeah.
Either way, we can see, and that's chiefly important. Okay, this seems like it could be good. So this is also one of those like big six I was talking about before. That's like really, really, really potentially bad if the game decides it's bad. So obviously we don't like, you know, laboring those too much. Okay, I was like pretty certain I didn't see anything, but I want to check. Okay, good. So that's the thing about Pikmin 2 as well. Being sensible, as boring as it is like really good. Because making a mistake and making up for it can lose a lot of time. Whereas if you just have the right read and just play it correctly, that's substantially faster in like every single instance. So taking like a few seconds to make sure you know what you're doing, super worth it. And it's something I always tell like newer runners as well.
Yeah, especially for newer runners, right?
Like it is a speed run, but you have to play it well
Go
still.
slow to go fast.
Like, exactly. Slow is steady and steady is fast. I think was MoKG's expression for it, and I really like that a lot.
That was a good one. I didn't think anything useful had ever come out that guy's mouth.
Wow. Met him so briefly, and already the vendetta's there. Okay, so we don't want this guy to wake up, so I don't actually know why I'm testing fate there. Okay, so was the exit over here? I couldn't see. No. But that's fine. So we left Olimar over here because the exit's here. So we covered both the options, really. And you know, we like, you know.
We love covering
We're
options.
all about covering options here. So a really, really, really good time, I would say, to enter the last floor here. This is like, you know, world record pace. Would be like
Fossil, by the way, I just want to say.
Huge name.
Top tier.
Absolutely huge name. So a good time to exit this floor for like world record pace would be like 50 flat.
50
flat.
Oh, flat. I thought you said 55. I was like, well, you're you're doing decent.
No, Jesus. Yeah, so 50 flat would be like everything's gone perfectly, no mistakes. You're just playing on fire, no saving, you know. So.
No saving, yeah.
So we're very like on pace, which is good.
That's what it's about.
Definitely what it's about, man. What's the point in doing things if you're not doing them quickly? Okay, so kill this one first. They turned on at the same time, so we get them at the same time. Easy. And oh, something that may be worth mentioning as well. Quite a we have to wait for that purple. Sorry, let's focus on that. Okay, good. So something worth mentioning. You know those fire geysers? They can also be deloaded. So you can like turn them off, and they will just stay off if they're off camera. Oh yeah, this is Emperor Black, by the way. He's quite nice, but I mean we don't really talk about him very much. Yeah, it's not really that relevant.
I like how it's playing really, really dramatic music.
It's like, you killed the boss, good stuff. Wait, what boss? Oh, I missed it. Did I grow whites? Oh, I just put them on the treasure, didn't I? Bum. Okay, so this isn't the end of the world. We have one less Pikmin than ideally you would want here, but...
I feel like that's doable.
Yeah, it's fine. Loses like 3 seconds, maybe.
Wow, one Pikmin is 3 seconds?
Yeah, whites are very, very, very good. They're speedy. In fact, the first thing I should be doing here is topping that up with an extra blue. Because this will be the last thing that gets in, so it's really important that you make sure the last thing is traveling very, very, very quickly. Because that's the final cap on how fast you can finish everything else. But the good news is, it appears we're good on bug money. So at this stage, when we're leaving this cave, we would want 4,920 Pokos. That's like the kind of pace we want to be on money-wise. And we're about 40 ahead of that, which is really solid.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And remember, time's money, so...
So it's the basic strat for every cave. Just get the furthest away treasure first, then get all the other treasures.
Yes, ideally if you can, but there's a trade-off, right? You still have to get everything in fast.
Yeah.
So the last treasure still has to be the last one in, and then everything else will come in afterwards.
Yeah.
So if I play a floor really, really, really well, I'll get the last treasure, I'll get the treasure in between, they'll all come in at about the same time, and happy days, and then we move on. So also worth noting, a reason why I'm quite ahead on Pokos, we did get Cupid's grenade.
Okay.
So That probably costs 10 seconds on top of this.
But we're rich. And that's what this is all about.
Filthy,
money.
stinking rich. Capitalism.
Yes.
Booyah.
Get those
Okay, so I think we have about 90 Pikmin that are good now. So, oh, it is 40%.
No, I was about to say, well, it says 40%, but it's more than that.
50%.
Yeah.
Really. Basically 50%. All right, cool. So we're done with Awakening Wood. That's it. That's the first like mid-game area confidently cleared.
Brilliant.
And no disasters apart from entering, but that's a cutscene, isn't it? So
where have we got next?
we are going back where we began to do the hard caves.
The hard caves.
Yeah, this is the real stuff. This is what separates like, you know, I feel like I say this about so much stuff.
From bad players.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I wouldn't have said it differently myself. But no, it's like, if your first times on these caves are substantially worse than top players, fine. Because all the other caves, they're pretty simple, so you just keep doing them the same way. But, yeah, this is how you divide out very good from excellent. Or, you know, someone could just be lucky and get through all of it, like your boy.
Yeah, good RNG.
Yeah, good RNG. Carries. 80% luck. God. Yeah, so the key barrier here, this is why we needed blues before we came back. So here, that was Emergence Cave. Here's the water. So the gate that's stopping us from getting to the really high value caves is this.
Okay.
So now that's been worked on. And there's another treasure up here that we get. This is like a sort of, it was the new hotness when I joined the scene, basically. The new rooting hotness. Oh, I have leaf whites. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Cool. So yeah, the new hotness. There's a treasure here called Utter Scrap. So it's like one of the kind of earliest treasures. Yeah, it's something we can all relate to in like a really deep way, but it's this. I've crumpled up cam. So we start moving it back to the rocket now. Maybe wait a bit, because
I'm getting real pareidolia with that top of that can. It looks terrifying.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god. It's like, I've never personified anything as deeply as Utter Scrap. One, because I relate to it in a big way, and
definitely
two,
a mood.
I know, just the screaming. Okay, so ideally we would have about 5 more Pikmin, so this would have come down a bit quicker, but not the end of the world. Oh, I think that was fine, wasn't it? I have 47? I think I had 47. Yeah, I did. So there's a ratio of like how many you put on the bulb or the plug to the water and how many you put on this bridge, so they happen at roughly the same time. And we work out it's about 9 for the plug and the rest on the bridge most of the time. Unless you have like silly numbers one way or the other. Like if I have 40 flat, I probably put 8 on or something like that. And you know, it scales down. So activate that cutscene. So yeah, we did another knapsack to get up there as well. It's just abusing the treasure pathing. Even in the above grounds, it's really, really, really abusable.
It always looks really weird.
Yeah. It's like the game really doesn't want you to go vertically. So it kind of, I don't know, it even takes a sec to think about it.
Where'd the water go?
The water go. So down that crack in the earth. That's what the blue Pikmin were working on.
That's literally how the earth.
Yeah, that's how it works, right? You can just sink water down. Oh, hello.
If you build a hole deep enough,
you can just sink water into it. Easy. Okay, so this is probably, in most people's view, the hardest cave in the game. Subterranean Complex. Has loads of explosions, which vaporize Pikmin instantly, like electricity, but even worse. Very, very, very stressful cave overall. So if you had a heartbeat monitor or like a, I don't know, heart pressure monitor, you'd see. You do that dismiss so the whites are sort of primed. Oh, this looks like good RNG though, so that is helpful. Okay, so it's that way. So here, all I'm doing really is reading the treasure gauge and trying to figure out roughly where they are. So purple's, yeah, really strong. So I think it's forward and above, back here, right? There you go. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is pretty good. So this is the treasure that's buried, and it's the only one we really get on this floor of any relevance.
I was going to say, it kind of looks like you're just walking around aimlessly.
No, so
and then that dial just came out of nowhere.
The absolute key thing to look at is the bottom right. If you're trying to figure out how much I understand about what I'm doing.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
I legit thought it was like a speedometer.
Oh my god. That's a Mirror's Edge runner right there. That is a Mirror's Edge speed runner. Yeah, look at him. He's going so fast. Dude, they're like penguins. they're not designed to go fast.
But here you are.
Here we
Bending the rules of reality.
Bending space and time. Okay, so that's good. So 100 Pokos for, what, 50 seconds? Really good. I'm glad we're saving, actually. So that's a nice feeling. Because there's an enemy on this floor that we'll get introduced to. They're like, I don't even know how to describe them. They're like little things on balloons that have bombs. And they drop the bombs. They are very, very unfriendly. And they can like ruin your day, but they also get downed with 1 purple. So they're not the end of the world. Okay, so these guys are kind of annoying as well, but not in any kind of serious way. It's just the bomb. Okay, yeah, it's compromising. Okay, so that's what it'll do. So that can kill infinite Pikmin in theory. That can kill a lot of guys. Okay, so yeah, probably gonna get rid of this guy. They're quite tricky to hit. Okay, so I saw the last treasure around there. I can deload the Dirigibug now, or I can try to. This floor is quite chaotic.
Yeah, that seems stressful.
Yeah. Keep in mind, any bomb ever in the middle of a group of
bomb.
Pikmin, I probably would reset. This is where I turn around. There's a bomb in the middle of a big group of Pikmin. So this guy probably going to be too slow to do anything meaningful. Oh, I did see some deaths over there. Oh, okay, I see what happened. That's annoying, but not worth resetting for. I will need to grow some purples at the end of this. Because I think I lost 4.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is not ideal. You don't want to lose that many. But keep in mind, I haven't lost any until now. So 4,
yeah.
you can play down 4, but I thought that might happen because they killed him really quickly. So, and also Pikmin are like really, really, really stupid.
Yeah.
So like they will go up and punch a bomb, set it off if they're not with you, because they're like, oh, this looks fun. So they punch the bomb, they start it up, and they just go to town. Okay, so this floor is like probably one of the hardest to play fast, but it's not necessarily dangerous. So the whole plan is to get like, because there's 3 treasures, which is quite a lot for this game. But so we've got to wait for this just in case there's a bomb. Because yeah, that's one thing this game does as well. It likes to spawn bombs on top of random treasures just for no reason. Just because it knows that it will ruin your day. All right, so we need to kill that guy over there, which is a pain. Okay, so I'm actually going to dismiss them because they're being quite slow.
What's this supposed to be? Is this like a rusty bit of metal?
I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be a factory when I first played it, but
Yeah, but it's all small, right?
yeah,
Not
it's
really a
pretty.
factory that small.
Now you say that. Oh, that purple just bounced off. That's interesting collision. You don't like seeing it.
Hate to see it happen.
You do. Okay.
Would it be alright to read the donation out right now?
Yeah. Go for it.
Alright, we got $10 from Shadow Lugia saying, "What's up, Jack? It's your boy Lugia.
What's up, Luke?
Reminder to everyone in the chat to run this game, but don't use this run as a model. My man paused on SH3 and BK3, more like a slow runner.
Oh, he's true.
By
He's true.
By the way, just get good RNG, forehead."
It's good advice.
It's really, really, really strong advice, honestly. To anyone running this game, just get good RNG. If you do, you're probably alright. Okay, so that's good. They took care of him. This wasn't a particularly fast floor, but it didn't also spawn in a way that could be too conducive to going fast. So,
Oh, that's a good one. Coils launcher.
forward launcher.
Big fan.
Big old spring. So here we're topping this up with whites because the last thing, and we want it to go really, really, really fast back to the entrance. So I think that should just happen by itself, but I'm going to follow it just in case. Because one thing to note about these cannon beetles, even though they are probably one of the most dangerous enemies in the game, they're not very good. Oh my freaking god, that was absolutely insane. Okay. Okay, there aren't many firsts. That was a first. The boulder rolled along the edge and avoided killing literally everyone. So, wow. That is
so close.
literally never seen that before. Holy moly. All right, that was an interesting one.
Still
But
alive. The run's still alive.
Yeah, the run's fine. Okay, so SX4. All we're doing here, growing whites, just to speed things up a little bit more. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, what are those lights?
I don't know, they're cool. So the thing about these floors, I always call them like Nirvana floors when I was a kid, but I think they're just called rest floors. So the whole point of them really is just to top up on Pikmin, get everyone flowered up.
Safe zones.
It's like the game is like, okay, I understand those last 4 floors were like very, very, very stressful. Here's a break. It's like, cheers.
We've had a rough time.
Yeah, kind of rough time with it. So breaking these eggs, get that nectar. You know, juice for the boys.
Oh, I don't like that noise.
Slurpy slurp. Alright. So this floor sometimes has a cool trick, but if I'll try it twice. If I don't get it, just walk around. The walk of shame. We both have walk of shames in our run. This is a walk of shame, but I may not need it. I might need it. Okay, so down there? No, okay, we don't need it. So what you can do sometimes on this floor is like when you knapsack here, you stop on the rim, kind of like I did for a second there. So you like finally balance on that rim and you walk along the edge, and then you like skip walking all the way around this floor. Because captains aren't very fast, so if you're trying to close distance, yeah, it'll save a lot of time, despite not being that bad. All right, so this is the hardest floor in the entire run.
I believe.
Yeah, hopefully. Need to. All right. Or I could just get bailed out by RNG. Haha. Okay. So these Dweevils pretty annoying. He steal treasures. I didn't really interact with him properly. So he was having a bad day. So okay. So now that's being dealt with. Okay, we're gonna go for the crazy strats. Let's see. Okay, smooth. That purple we really want back, but I think he's just gonna die. I can't afford to walk past him by that bomb. All right, this might get sketchy, but I think that bomb killed the Dweevil, so we might be safe. But yeah, this strat was definitely pioneered by MoKG, whose name we've mentioned a couple times now, actually. Okay, so we kind of want to just get rid of this dude. Oh, I was really hoping that wouldn't happen. Okay, but this is still fine. Everything's going pretty much according to plan, apart from this, but we can guide him back. There you go. Yeah, that was fine. That was acceptable.
That looked decent.
That floor can be insanely dangerous. Losing one purple there is like bad, but not the end of the world. Honestly, I'm fine with that. Okay. So now we just need to get out of there. That white won't die because the bombs can't go off fast enough.
You hope.
But yeah, so it's floors like this where the game gets very, very, very stressful. And I'm now kind of glad it's behind me, to be honest.
Yeah. Hardest cave in the game, done.
Yeah, and I did the big boy strat as well.
Easy sailing from here on out. That's how it works.
Yeah, literally nothing's ever gone wrong in a run after that.
You might
Never.
as well give me the pad.
Go on, get involved.
No, literally never.
Ah.
Oh, I can feel a nice breeze.
Someone cracked the window.
That is a good
God bless whoever did that.
Good feels, frog.
Alrighty, this is interesting. So there's two roaming groinks on these floors. These are like the casual killers, really. So, but what we can do is kind of trick them over. So yeah, see, not really a big issue. I mean, you can only do it when it sets itself up, but when it does, it's like, yeah, great, okay. So we have 14 purples. This is definitely low, so I'm going to grow some more. Slow strat, not something you want to do, but, you know, that mishap on 2, unfortunately, does have impact, and it's faster to just accept you've made a mistake than pretend you haven't, which sounds really stupid, but a lot of people do that. They'll just, like, continue with, like, 10 purples, and they're like, yeah, this will be fine. It's never fine. Like, because you just go so slow, you can't kill enemies. This is really good RNG, I think. Nice. Just get good RNG, forehead.
That's all you needed, the Lugia donation.
Yeah, thank you, Lugia.
Did you just
I
murder
did
him?
Yeah, they have no rights, so it doesn't really matter.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's all planned. It's just an RNG minute for later on.
Oh. I was convinced.
Damn it, I should have sold it. But yeah, this was like quite a good floor. Like, this would be world record standard RNG. That's not... I think we're having debates on whether that's one of the big 6 floors in terms of RNG. But some people say it is, some people say it is, and I kind of think it is. I've had a U-turn on it recently. I also don't know where the exit is.
And your opinion matters now.
Yeah, right? I know, it's cool. Look at me. People will be like, oh, that guy thinks something. We'll factor that in.
Too.
Yeah. Great. Oh, God. But yeah, no, this floor went really well. Absolutely no complaints. I think we got the Groink body as well, which is good, because they're worth 7, which is like a really good number.
And that...
Just in general. Not outside of the game. I just really like 7.
Yeah, 7's a great number.
Yeah.
But the Groink body would be the one, the like bug pogos, right?
Yeah, exactly. It'll contribute towards that total. So for instance, at the end of this cave, we're meant to be 6,120 pokos, but we're now 6,140 because we've been collecting a few bugs, which is good. Because getting extra treasures to make up the difference later on is like a run killer. It's like my personal biggest weakness as a runner. It's something that's really hard to manage. Okay, so we're going to grow some more purples here. This will cost some time, but screw it. Okay. Alright,
Why is that flower got spots on it?
So those are called Queen Candy Pop Buds. You can throw 1 Pikmin in there and it will grow 9. So very, very, very good value, but we don't really need them for Failed Debt because the run isn't that long. We don't use that many Pikmin. And most of the time, we don't kill many of them. But I've killed, I think, about 10 in that cave, which isn't so bad.
Shoutouts to that one guy.
That white.
Okay, so the other ones that died are like, yeah, we're fighting for a cause. We died. That one guy, you betrayed him.
Yeah, I did. Also, I've done something quite risky that maybe shouldn't have done. But, so there's a thing that we're doing here, which is getting a treasure back out of order with the game. So it triggers a cutscene. But that cutscene ends the day. And when you end the day without your Pikmin either whistle to you or right next to the rocket, they just die. So, there we go.
Is this Jack always play safe Draz? Taking risks. Oh, there he is. My spirit can.
Yeah, our boy, US. Uta Scrap. So yeah, if that treasure gets into the rocket before I get into the cave, it's
things are going to go badly.
Fucking bad time. But it won't, so we're good.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure, actually. I haven't had it happen in a while. And fun fact, I've never actually killed a run that way. What better time? That is true.
And in front of all your
What?
friends.
That guy's going to die because I'm a horrible human being.
What?
But literally, you can't afford to like hesitate here and stumble and do all this stupid nonsense, because otherwise, as I say,
you lose all your Pikmin and
the cutscene triggers and then the game dies and everything's bad. So, let's see. Oh,
I can hear Christmas music. Why can I hear Christmas music?
It's kind of a Christmassy level. Like, the next one we go in has, spoilers, some Christmassy themed treasures, so, you know, get a bit festive.
I'm feeling festive.
I'm feeling festive.
I don't care if it's June.
But yeah, that's good. So those throws, by the way, I didn't really talk about them, but they're the sort of limiting factor for how fast you can do this, and I did them really quick, so this should be completely fine.
Dope.
So there you go. Any stress that was here, gone.
Forever.
Yeah, literally the run's free from now. So those guys are super annoying. Thankfully, we barely fight any of them. So they're like a speedrunner's worst nightmare. Literally, the only thing they can do is slow down your Pikmin, both in moving them and in getting the flowers off their heads. So it's like, it just slows down everything. It's just a terrible time. Okay, so this is the last cave in this area, Frontier Cavern. Quite a hard cave, but usually not too aggressively bad. But yeah, it's like slow if you don't play it well. It's not necessarily super dangerous. But this is where I'll lose like my entire squad in the first floor. So, you know. Oh, these guys are super annoying. They're called doodlebugs. They poison and you can't kill them. So you can never get rid of that hazard. You just kind of have to meander around them a little bit, which is super annoying.
Also, use a sick movement.
Yeah, using sick tech. Okay, so that's a really good start. It's not there. Okay, you can barely see the rest of this floor. Not ideal. But that's fine. I think it's fine. Oh wow, there was stuff over here? Okay. Well, so this cave's also very dark. Frontier Cavern, very, very dark cave. So the fact that this setup isn't as bright as we usually use may slow things down a little, but it's not the end of the world.
Shut up.
Yawns. Inga
Yawns.
bro. Oh, okay, so it's around here, I believe. Oh no, wait, it's red.
Calm down, Jack.
Calm down.
Calm down.
It's just a game. It's just a game.
It's just a game.
I can hear Pikmin having a terrible time back at the spawn. Oh, that was not good news. This could be dangerous. Okay. Got a bit hairy. So he was literally camping it. He was camping the treasure.
Camping.
And I think I know what happened back there, and it's very bad news. A lot of purples got poisoned off screen and died. So that's really, 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 really unlucky.
Them?
Huh?
Why weren't you looking after
Had to do everything else. Yeah, I know, right? This game's hard. Okay. So, right. Yeah, it's not ideal. So, a group of purples are carrying a ball body, and they're gone. In case you're wondering. They are AWOL, so we're going to be low on purples for this. Very, very, very low. I don't even know if you can grow any more in here. Well, this is going to be interesting.
Would this be a reset?
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't really understand how many purples I've lost. We'll feel it on the next floor. So I think if I have, what would be my absolute functional minimum? Probably like 7. If I have less than 7, we're looking
slow.
Yeah, slow and dangerous as well, because we may lose more. This is, how many purples can you count? I can count maybe 6? I'm hoping it's 6.
I don't know, there's a lot of purple on the screen. Oh, okay, yeah, you've got 7.
Oh, dope. Easy run then, yeah. Okay, so this should be kind of okay. Just means you have to C-stick back to sort of homogenize your throws.
There's a chance I can't count. No, I think you do have 6 actually.
Okay, yeah. As I say, I mean, we just kind of have to deal with it. Okay, so we loaded these treasures about the same speed. Okay, so do I need to? I'm probably gonna need to wake this guy up. Actually, wait. Ooh, I'm unsure. I'm gonna YOLO it.
Flip a coin.
Yeah, that seems fine. Cool. That's a treasure with a wider radius as well, so it should be completely fine.
God, that's bright.
I know, right?
Snow glare.
So yeah, zooming in a lot here to deload those cannon beetles. Those are like the best enemies in the game to deload. Because the boulders are such high damage, but if you never get them on the screen, it's like, it doesn't really matter, you know? Okay. But the good news is as well, we did spend 7 purples getting into this cave. So after this, we get 13. So that's like completely functional, but it just means
this cave
there's
is
like,
a bit.
this cave's gonna be, I need to play it really well.
And I believe in you.
Yeah, man, thanks you, thank you.
No problem, man.
That's what teams are for. Alright. I'm now wondering whether I should have reset 7 purples. Probably not.
No, I think you're fine.
Exactly. 6 is exactly. Just grow up.
Just literally get a life.
I can't on the speed brother. Wow. Yeah, they got rinsed. Happens. Happens to the best of us and the worst.
They went 0-2.
You think they went 0-2?
Because you know they did.
They definitely did. Okay, so this is actually, this guy is incredibly suspect. He's probably one of the reasons you really, really don't want to lose bubbles. So we need him to stun right now. Okay, happens. Fine.
Didn't like the timing of that cutscene.
Neither do I, because keep in mind, when the cutscene happens, I can't press buttons for like 1.5 seconds afterwards, which is, so I lose a bit of control. Okay, but thankfully he's in that cycle where it's kind of alright. I'm thinking, feed him.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the safety
like
strat. I feel super bad, I know. But there you go, that's the last ability of the whites. They poison enemies if they're eaten, so.
You've literally just been murdering them. In the last, like, 15 minutes, you've gone from Supreme Overlord to, like, Chairman Mao levels of just...
Yeah, absolute corruption. Oh, even this guy's kind of annoying without purples. Jesus.
Jesus.
So this is why having low purples absolutely sucks.
Yeah, these enemies just
Okay,
take
we have bold memories. That's something.
that little bit much longer.
That was a suspect. Okay, but the good news is we found a lost treasure, so it's okay. So treasures will have like certain consistent places they'll spawn. So I'm just gonna wait for these guys to finish digging this up. But yeah, I think we got the candle off screen. Yes, we did, because it triggered the cutscene. Okay, so this is kind of fine. All right, so they might finish digging it now. Yeah, fine. Okay, kind of want to load up that bull bear, because if that comes back to life, that's a bad time. Oh yeah, they regenerate as well. That's the.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so I mean, most of the time, like 99% of the time, we do the floor so fast it barely matters.
Yeah.
So that's fine. So the next floor, I think will be the last one where I'm a bit spooked with low purples. But we'll see. We'll see. Gemstar husband, pretty good, pretty good.
Some messages.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so we haven't got any donations right now, but I would like to say thank you for everyone who's donated so far. This event is being, thank you for watching the United Kingdom Speedrunner Gathering. I'll learn to read one of these days. This is a 2-day event for speedrunning held in Glasgow. Today we are at the Radisson Blue Hotel, which is a really good venue, as you can see everyone in the camera. There's a great audience watching right now. We're holding this to raise money for Young Minds, a charity leading the fight for a future where all young minds are supported and empowered, whatever the challenges. Your donations help them to make sure young people get the best possible mental health and the resilience to overcome life's difficulties. Thank you all again for your donations.
Go the right way. Yeah, good. Fine. Score's good.
You good?
Yep, nothing has gone wrong here. I was actually very lucky as well, because normally a lot of the anode beetles can spawn in like a really dense cluster, and the strategy there is normally get about 10 purples, pop, get everything out. So not having the purples there was spooky, but absolutely fine.
Cool.
Has been managed. You know what? This guy's getting protected.
Do it.
I've
done so much damage to the white Pikmin kind. So we've we're actually doing some token gestures to preserve their life.
Token gestures. That's messed up, man.
That is messed up. Okay, so this next floor could be a pain in the... Damn it, every floor's a pain without purples. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought that without the most important resource in the game, this game becomes significantly more difficult?
Yeah. I feel like there's a StarCraft comparison in there somewhere. Okay, so those are Mamutas. What we do is like we normally squish them with purples. As a, but this time we kind of can't, or we can, but we need to be very smart about it. And what they do is, yet again, they're another one of those enemies that's not like, they won't kill you, but they're slow as hell. So like, they'll bury all your Pikmin, which is a pain. Okay, we're good. We stunned him, so that's fine. Cool. Yeah, so this floor is completely okay.
Hey, I saw you practicing this earlier.
Oh yeah. Well, practicing. I was just kind of going through it.
No, you were practicing.
Yeah, you were trying really hard.
You were trying really hard.
I noted the absolute sweat off your brow. Okay, stun these guys. I'll try. Yeah, so we don't want that to happen. Now we're fine. But yeah, so this is the only treasure that we get on this floor. But it's a good one. So the Brute Knuckles. It basically turns the captains into a somewhat combat-ready pair of individuals. Okay, I don't think any guys were buried. Oh, okay. I think a couple were.
Wait, so can the captains now fight?
That's a way of describing what they do. It's not very effective. Okay, so this floor's... Oh yeah, we skip this most of the time.
So what does Brute Knuckles do?
So 1, 2, 3. You see that like third punch that comes out?
He gave him a gentleman.
Yeah, he has Falcon's Gentleman.
Damn.
Cool. So we're in. Alright.
We're getting closer and closer to being Smash Ultimate Olimar. And then it's easy.
Yeah. I think that's what the move's referencing.
Oh,
like because there's a move where he has like a huge fist in Ultimate. Okay, this is the darkest floor in the game and also quite tricky, so let's see how it goes. But also, you can just get carried by good RNG, so let's hold out hope for that, eh? Okay, so treasure was looking better when I was going the other way, so I'm going to go back this way. Okay, so here's treasure 1. So a little Christmas bell. Okay.
This floor seems very vacant.
Has been. That is quite good luck. Oh, he got squished. No. So now it's definitely not vacant, as I'm sure you can see.
Oh, okay. I see the other one as well. So the enemies just spawn in random locations as well?
Yeah. The enemies are also completely random, which is challenging, because there are definitely some layouts where it can be very compromising. Okay. Right, fine. Honestly, it could be so much worse. Orange Bulbs are absolutely brutal.
They look like significantly harder than that Bulb boss.
Yeah, Emperor Bulblast goes down like an absolute chump, but those guys like consistently can get kills if you don't take care of them properly.
You get those W's.
Exactly.
Spouse alert. Okay, that's going straight up there.
Straight up to like A tier at least.
Spouse alert. Damn.
It's a good time for another donation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we have $10 from R23 saying, "Hi Jack and Tet, can you please let me know why the Pikmin go, oh yeah, whenever they are digging something up? I eagerly await your detailed response. Thanks, ya boy."
Well, they're living out their dreams. This is what they're born for. We literally grew them for this. They wouldn't exist if they weren't helping us solve our debt. So, you know, maybe they're happy about that. That's the predominant working theory. Okay, so that's Frontier Cabin cleared. All right. So we leave here because there's a boss on the next level, but it's a kind of retrain of one of the earlier bosses that we fought. And yeah, she's not, that much different, and she takes a really long time. So there's like no reason to kill her. The only reason they do isn't 100%, and they have certain weapons that help that. Okay, so how close was the scrap? Okay, so for context, if that had gotten into that rocket, the run instantly died. So, and it does instantly die. But the good news is we now pretty much have our purple number back because we used 7 purples to carry it in, and we have about 6 or 7 with us. So we got about 14 purples for us.
Which is a usable number.
Yeah. There he is. Ah! If you see the face, you're woke to it.
That's me.
All right. So
I could definitely read that donation in Alex's voice.
Yeah, same. I definitely heard it in his voice. Okay, but the good news is I think we are on pace for STL.
What's your manager saying?
Olimar, you're my hero. You're... Because, like, basically, he starts off, like, fine about the debt. Like, yeah, we took out the debt with, like, this, it's a nice loan company. They give out a charity loan, no interest. And it's like, oh, no, it's actually a loan shark. I'm in hiding. Hurry up.
Everything's gone.
Everything's
really bad.
Absolutely awfully. So yeah, he's in hiding. So we have 13 purples and 22 whites. So whites will allow us to keep going fast. So I think that's we can all agree, the predominant thing we're focused on right now. Speed,
Oh, that
speed,
noise.
speed.
That noise gave me some weird ASMR feel. That one.
What that? Hey, welcome to Pikmin 2 ASMR. Alright, so give me these guys. Okay. So this is the treasure that we used to get. This is like the tutorial treasure. This is the one you'll normally get first. But we don't, because we're too fast for that.
Wait, this is something courage, right? I can't remember.
You're close. If you get it, I'll be pretty proud.
Is it like energized courage or something like that?
Close. There is another sort of power generating word in there. All right.
I would also like to mention very quickly, anyone who wants tea and coffee, there has been hot water and milk provided.
That
is the most important thing that I thought needed to be mentioned.
Absolutely enormous news.
Anyone in the chat want tea and coffee? Press 1.
Yeah, let us know. We'll hit you up. Okay, so there's a treasure buried underground. Where is it? We know exactly where it is. There's no mystery. Okay, cool.
I'm glad you're here to play both sides of the
yeah, I can be
the viewer base.
Enthusiastic amateur and veteran who lost 10 purple Pikmin. You know, no big deal. Okay, so we're flowering that guy. Because basically we want to make sure our army is like as effective as possible. So having your purples be flowered is like really, really, really good.
Yeah, what does flowered even mean?
Flower, oh, well, yeah, I guess we didn't even explain that. God, that's kind of bad. So flower Pikmin go way faster. It like gives a flat increase to every single Pikmin speed. There's like a very detailed algorithm that works out treasure speed. Bit advanced for me, but I'm glad it exists. I'm glad we know about it either way.
And then leafed means?
Leaf is like the default speed. Okay. So flower just adds speed. There's no like, yeah. So it's good. So the fact that we're able to flower some purples here means that they'll be faster and find themselves in less difficult positions.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Because like if purples are lagging behind you, you've got like a separate group, which can be really dangerous. It's much easier to have all of your guys like in a concise, manageable area.
Doesn't necessarily make it faster; it just makes things a lot easier.
Yes, it makes it faster in that you will very unlikely lose Pikmin, and having lots of Pikmin is fast. Like, yeah, it's coming. Courage is a word that's in here. You were close. Courage reactor, that's the one. And also, we are a few pokers behind, so we need to get an extra treasure. But it's not too much behind, so that's completely fine.
I'd like to mention now that you've asked everyone in the chat if they want tea. You're making tea for half the chat now.
Oh,
right,
hold
on, I did not agree to that.
Wait, I thought there was staff for this. God.
I thought they were volunteers.
I thought I'd landed.
Do you know who I am?
Oh, it's always a big play.
Everyone just tell me how many milk and sugars you want.
Yeah.
Piclopedia, I've never seen that before. That is...
Oh my god, there's so much like miscellaneous text in this game that is just absolutely beautiful. Like they went above and beyond for like some of the writing in this game. It's so funny.
Alright, where are we now?
We are in Perplexing Pool. This is the last cave that we visit to pay off debt. And it has 2 caves. One Citadel Spiders, which is very, very, very simple, but can be kind of slow sometimes, depending on how you play it. And the other one's Glutton's Kitchen, which is horrible and traumatizing.
Stories of Glutton's Kitchen.
And no one watched my PB ever, and I'm just really good at Glutton's Kitchen all the time. Promise. Never choked it in my potential world record run.
You literally can take his word for it. There's no need to do any
don't verify that.
research.
Absolutely pointless. So yeah, very confident about that one, needless to say. I can feel a runner called Jayhawk, who's like the practice guru. He'll like preach it all the time. He's like, clearly just not practice. It's pretty bad. I'm like, damn. It's annoying because he's right. They hated him because he spoke the truth.
I hate it when people are right.
I know.
Because usually I'm right. And then if they're right, it means I might not be right.
And it's like, that's compromising. Oh wow, that is incredibly good RNG for Love Nugget. I literally played this game for a while now, never seen it spawn this aggressively close. If there are any Pikmin 2 runners in chat, maybe even clip it. It's that level of close. Like that costs like no time at all, as you can see. So that's insane. So yeah, this has also got a really good name. I think I maybe slipped it out, but I'm a big fan of this treasure's name as well. It's a big one.
That was my nickname in high school.
Nice, dude. All right. Yeah, that was really great. So basically lost no time from not getting many of the bugs in Frontier, Cavern, and Citadel or Subterranean Complex, kind of thing. Too busy reading, not busy playing. Alright, is this weird RNG? Okay, so we deloaded these fires off screen, running into them. He might kill one dude, but he didn't because he's rubbish. Oh, hello.
Oh, he's getting another one. He's getting his digs in.
He is getting his digs in. He wants peace. Okay, so assess the room, see what's happening. Get some purples, you don't need that many. Okay, this is actually quite nice RNG as long as the lipstick isn't somewhere really weird.
Why are those spiders avoiding you? Or are they just randomly pathing around?
So the spiders like are quite weird. They'll home in on anything that can be carried, and they'll like steal it from Pikmin unless you have a purple nearby to stun them. So they're pretty annoying, but they're not most of the time dangerous, and they have like elements as well. Okay, that'll be fine. Wallows can be quite dangerous, so I just want to deal with them, you know. Okay, that's not the best load. And they're on fire, but that's no problem. So the thing that we have to do here most of the time is just stop them from grabbing stuff. Like if they grab stuff, that's pretty slow.
Just give them a whack.
Give them a pound, yeah. Purples are incredibly, incredibly effective against them because enemies have different stun chances in the game. So like purples, every single purple you throw has its own individual chance to stun an enemy.
Kind of like Super Turbo.
Yeah, exactly like Super Turbo.
So this game is now an RTS, an FPS, and a fighting game.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So you need a wide plethora of skills to get through it, and needless to say. But yeah, so Dweevils, just to kind of conclude the point, they have an 100% stun chance. So if you throw a purple, they're just instantly like pause in place. You barely have to worry about it most of the time. Okay, I didn't see that enough on the way down. Why am I skipping that? Alrighty. So I'll check this with the captain just to see if there's anything over here. There isn't, but there's a gate on that. Okay, so we should keep that in mind. Oh, this is probably too many.
I don't like the look of that bug.
Yeah, he's posturing. Okay. So the idea of this, I'm not sure if that was the right play, but let's see how this goes. So I have some purples to flip over on our beetles. I have a good amount of boys to get the treasures, but gates could be very compromising because they take a while to actually get down.
That's a lot of...
Yeah, it's a lot of these guys. They are very, 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 very stressful, I'm sure you can imagine. Oh god, okay, this is quite a weird floor.
Okay.
Alright. That is a lot of these dudes. You never want this many. In fact, I might even kill one. Uh-oh. Ooh. This is like super, super baby safe strats, by the way.
Yeah, it looks
absolutely do not need to do this, but like, you know, that is a lot of dudes. Okay, got that dog. Okay.
Oh, by the way, you've got like 8 minutes if you want to get one record.
8 minutes if I want to get one? Oh, damn it. What if it doesn't want record? Okay. Okay, this should be safe. So they're safe. Okay. But yeah, this like so maybe having more purples would have been good here, actually. So this would be a bit less scary. The purples have like a very generous radius of killing these guys. Okay, so this is very bad. I'll be straight up with you guys. This is very, very, very risky what's about to happen.
I believe. You gotta take some risks in life.
It's true. Okay. So 5. Okay. Nah, not the end of the world. But I do want to get these guys up. Okay, and then the guys we left on the fence earlier have dealt with this. Floor's ended. So we lost some whites, we lost 6 whites. But we didn't actually lose a horrible amount of time considering low purples.
And we didn't lose any purples.
Didn't lose any purples, which is nice.
That's that good
Absolutely.
shit.
That's that good stuff. So, but we did lose a few blues and reds. So yeah, that floor was really aggressive. That's like an example of like one that isn't necessarily slow, in fact quite fast, but the enemies themselves are like such a hazard that you can't afford to not kill some.
I thought you were done with reds.
Yeah, most of the time I would be. But then you know what? Sometimes things go wrong. So this floor, we skip everything here because they're either really low value or just really slow. So like that, for instance, that treasure there is worth 10. It's literally not even worth the time it takes to look at it. Which is,
Why'd you make me look at it then?
Sorry. Pretty rough, but just the truth, you know. Okay. So this is a very, very simple boss, but I kind of use this floor as like a floor of respite, to be honest, because you can flower your boys.
The music didn't sound very respiteful.
Yeah. It's like, are you ready for a damn issue? Oh, okay, so the white's in the other place. So he's there. There's a bug that can help me flower out the rest. Oh, guys, come on. Grow up. It's right there. Okay, good. Cool.
I like when they get compartmentalized into their little...
Yeah, they form an orderly queue.
Ooh, that's big. And it's going to die very fast.
We actually don't have that fast a strat for this guy, but purples are like really good, so they make a decent work of him. Because keep in mind, we're meant to have another type of Pikmin item. Ooh, that was very, very, very bad. But we're meant to have another type of Pikmin to help out a lot with that. Yeah, that was aggressive.
Yeah, that was...
Jesus. Not used to the sound being that brutal. So there it is. We're actually genuinely rich now.
Ooh. Hey.
Speaking of getting rich, I'd just like to plug that during this marathon we're raising money for children's mental health charity Young Minds. And there's a daily prize drop. If you donate $25 over the course of either today or tomorrow, you'll be entered into the draw for one of these lovely gaming chairs that the runners are sitting on.
Oh, it's one of these?
Oh, they're pretty comfy.
We're not used to having this much lumbar support in our lives.
Yeah, man. I feel supported by my co-commentator and also the chair.
And the fans. Don't forget the fans.
And of course, the viewers at home. Who are probably like ripping their own hair out as soon as I said, oh yeah, you can probably lose about 5 purples in the run, proceeds to lose about 13. Anything's possible if you just persist. That's the moral of the story.
Even a bad run can be a good run if you just pretend it is.
Yeah, I like it. Alright, so we're on decent pace. And we have like the right amount of money, and I think that's a good thing to check off.
We're going into the kitchen.
We are not quite yet, but we're heading to the kitchen. It's a good place to be. Apart from when you hypothetically get a 39-42. That could have been possible. Apart from that. Okay, so this is kind of a new strat. So we kill this guy because he has a treasure inside him that's actually worth like a good amount of purples. I mean, try and kill him in 2 cycles, but I don't have that many blues, so you know what, fine. Life's full of compromises.
Man, there's a lot of background noise in this section.
Yeah, there isn't. Take a leaf with us. My favorite strat as well. Purple leaves are hilariously slow, so you can just kind of take them with you. Give him a little piggyback. Yeah, we're holding him. No man left behind and all that. Because what is this game if not respecting your Pikmin? Yeah. So this knapsack's tricky, and if it gets interrupted by the cutscene, that's a pain, but not a big deal. Okay, good. So hopefully, by the time we get over here, the treasure should be... great.
That was good timing.
Yeah. So yeah, it is quite a nice little strat, this one. Aquatic Mine, also a pretty good name.
Wait, what even is it?
It's like a fishing buoy, I think. Like floats above the water, show where the line is.
I don't hate it. It's a buoy for lures in fishing.
There you go.
Speaking of fishing, we're fishing for some donations here.
Oh, premiums. I love it. Selling out's not selling out if it's for charity, remember that.
Yeah, all jokes aside, we do have a $5 donation here from Nate with a comment that says, did you hear they stopped making socks?
Nate, I hate you so much.
I'm not doing it. Ah, yes. So cleanly over my head. Beautiful. Okay.
Why did they stop making socks?
Damn, you're right. Oh, okay, so this might be annoying. These guys can steal treasure. Yeah, so that's stole before I can get there. It's quite unlikely to happen, but loses about 20 seconds. Because now we have to do this to kill this guy. Quite a rare thing. This is like...
Oh, wait, no, I saw you do this the last time I watched one of your runs.
Yeah, I'm very unlucky in terms of this. But as you can tell, very painfully slow.
At least you got that practice from playing Ice Climbers back in the day.
That's true. That's slander, first of all. No, say that's
damn right it is. I'll say it again.
God damn it. Okay, so I guess we're getting that guy's body as well. They just look like they're having a terrible time. Yeah, that guy's mega squished.
No! That was martyrdom.
Purple died. Damn. Purple's a high value. Even here. But as you can see, our total is rapidly approaching paying off the debt, so something's going right. Okay, so this next floor is the one that I... Wait a minute. Oh, it's so big. It's absolutely huge. The biggest lid you've ever seen. Keep in mind, Olimar's about the size of a 5p coin.
That is a massive lid.
Yeah.
For a massive drink.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, it's so sad as well. That's definitely why PAL sucks, because it doesn't have that treasure.
Hey Jack, how many Pikmin do you have right now?
Don't. I have some. Enough, yeah. Thanks for asking.
Good.
I might play this kind of safe, just in case. Psych. As he runs into an electric geyser that could just vaporize everyone instantly. Yeah, just playing it pretty safe, you know. Okay.
It's like you're trying to trick yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so annoying thing about this floor, I think another treasure might have been stolen already off camera. I hope not, but it's possible. Oh. Okay. So as you can see, the blast radius in the purple is absolutely huge for this. It's like so unbelievably helpful for just cleaning up these guys concisely. Alright, cool. Okay, but yeah, so they should be fine with that, and then we'll get this, deload the electricity. Pretty high level.
Pretty high.
You know, no big deal. But seriously, no one does that though, because it's really scary, understandably. Okay, so sometimes I have seen on this floor, that treasure is so big that sometimes it collides with, oh, those blues are so dead.
It's fine, they're blues.
They are blues.
Useless.
Fodder. Okay, so yeah, it should be pretty safe. We'll leave that. I'm so glad that we haven't heard the sound of Pikmin being vaporized yet. It's a very, very sad sound.
It's a very unsettling sound.
Yeah. And there's like a sound that genuinely gives me like some level of PTSD. Is like Pikmin hitting on an anode that's not flipped over. It makes like this sound.
Direct.
And them doing that is basically saying, kill me, kill me, kill me.
Kill me, please.
Dad isn't here, kill me. So it's an interesting one, but thankfully we haven't encountered it.
It's a lot of money you got there, Jack.
Yeah, we're getting awful close. And no one's dying. Beautiful. Alright. Yeah, we're actually on like not terrible pace, so...
I mean, you haven't PB'd.
Yeah, so what's the point, really?
I'd reset.
Yeah, same.
Can we get another one?
we got time for another one? Ah, well, the grind will go on. This floor is annoying if you can't see, which I can't, kind of. So this guy should just run into his own death. Nice. You're a genius. Okay, we need a trick throw for that. We need to find the ball bear hidden here to my right, I think. God, I can't see him. That is giving me insane stress. All right, so this guy. But we now have purples to actually kind of deal with you properly. Oh, now you stun easily. Great. Now I have like actual purples that could deal with you reasonably.
Good RNG at the least necessary moment. Yes.
Absolutely. Stun RNG. Yeah, absolutely. You should probably get that dude. Oh no, I shouldn't. Okay, cool. Are they getting that? No, they're not. Okay, so here's a trick throw. Someone that donated earlier called MoKG discovered this, like quite a while ago, I think. So normally you're meant to have another type of Pikmin. Yet again, we don't really talk about very much.
Oh, that worked. That was so unfair. You've been kind of screwed over by these cutscenes.
Have been quite aggressive this run, huh? First of all on Bulblack's Kingdom, then on... Man, aggressive. So yeah, so what you do is you kind of trick the momentum with purples, and they got there. But it does take sometimes a few tries. Or it's often a lot of tries if you're really not very good like me.
Okay, I believe.
Yeah, there it is. So it's conceptually not very difficult, but...
He's so hench, he's pulling that thing down by himself.
Yeah, I know. Purples are absolute units, like genuinely. They're huge. It's kind of amazing that Olimar and Louis can carry them. Why don't they just carry the treasures themselves?
Why don't they just beat up your manager and tell them that you won't work for him anymore?
Capitalism's a hell of a thing, man.
When will the workers rise up?
Yep.
We're so
It's a
close.
good time
This
for
game
one
feels
more
like-
donation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so we just have $25 from Cat Can't Read, and the comment says,
a good name.
Cat Can't Read.
He just can't read. So if anyone doesn't know, third place runner can't read. It's a crippling ailment.
Which means he has no idea how good any of these names are.
Yeah, no. He's never looked at the game in his life. But yeah, no, genuinely, the Cap is a kind of a legendary runner. He's a timeless staple of Pikmin 2 Payoff Debt. So. All right, so this floor, quite anxiety-inducing unless you play it a certain way. So we're hopefully going to play it a certain way. No, I'm not actually. It's gone completely crazy.
It's all gone wrong, and it's been 6 seconds.
But for context, this run is still like, on the whole grand scheme of things, pretty alright. Like if somebody randomly submitted this time to the board, yeah, it'd be great. But they also haven't played it maybe for as long as I have. Oh god. Okay. Okay, yeah, so the egg has weird collision with that treasure sometimes. So what I'm going to do is throw this guy. Oh, well I've just set up them for failure, haven't I? It's all part of the fun, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Boom cone.
Boom
Also,
cone,
big
boom
name,
cone.
big
Love
name.
it, love it.
Big fan of that one. Okay, so people are... This is like one of the flaws, especially because it's so close to the end of the run where taking casualties, as long as nothing disastrous happens, is very rarely a problem. So here I'm not actually too worried about Pikmin. Although, look at them, they're having a whale of a time.
They have no idea.
Hitting an enemy off camera. Alright, I think I need to get some extra pokers on the last floor, but we should be fine.
So this is the last floor of the
Last floor of the run.
entire run.
Yeah, and this floor has killed probably dozens of runs for people before. Yeah. It's tricky.
Oh, I recognize this.
Yeah. My biggest rage moments have been this guy's AI just not working properly. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be fine.
What on? Is he doing?
One purple can outstrength the giant bread bug. Which is
They are hench.
They are huge.
I saw you throwing purples onto electricity, and I thought you'd gone crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm just absolute loose cannon. I was seeing how few Pikmin I could finish the run with. It's a donation incentive, totally.
Yeah, that's a low percent run.
Low Pikmin run. They actually do that in Pikmin 1. They do low percent runs. Okay, so we do need to start getting some of these bodies as well, because we are a little behind on the funds, but that's fine. 100. So for instance, we have 185 pokers left guaranteed.
So you need 15.
Yeah. Which is fine. Just collect 2 of these little bread bugs, dude. Some anodes.
Elite of champions.
It's huge. Oh, hello. Don't do that. Okay, I should really be killing these guys. That's one. This guy's compromised. Okay, someone died over there. They're having a bad time. Okay, so hopefully that guy's not going to damage glitch, because that's something that can happen. That's like why this floor is quite known for killing runs, because there are just a lot of ways where randomly things won't work. Like things, yeah, but he did take the damage, so there's absolutely no issues here. There it is. So that's the final treasure we get. Not that good.
So you need 2 of these?
I think so, yeah. Let's see how many pokers we have now. So we have 100. Okay, I don't think I collected the giant bread bug yet. Because the giant bread bug's worth 10 by himself, so. This one has so many text boxes. In Japan, it has 3. It's absolutely unfair.
It's a rubber.
It is. But it makes you immune to electricity, which is pretty cool.
Oh, I should try that sometime.
Yeah, sounds rad, right? Love to be immune. Oh, okay. Get you. And then that bug there, and then we're done. So let's get out of here. So 4, 7, and then last dude. And ta-da.
Ching.
Cha-ching. All right. Well, I think that was an adventure. Cool.
Get ready with that big button.
Oh, I get to hit the big, juicy button. Hell yeah. All right. We repaid it all. There it is. All done. Oh, okay, that felt great, I'll be honest. Cool. So yeah, pretty underestimate, but that's Pikmin 2.
That's all you cared about.
Huh?
The estimate.
Yes, we've done it. Okay, so yeah, that's Pikmin 2. A bit of a chaotic run. Don't normally like to kill that many purples, but...
Don't lie.
Yeah.
I love how you treat those Pikmin.
No, Pikmin have no rights.
Pikmin have
So
no
yeah,
rights.
check out Discord if you're interested. There's like so many resources and so many people that'll help. Kind of usual thing that everyone says after marathon runs, but it's true here too. So there you go. Yeah, thanks.
So we just deep hit.
Okay, thank you very much for that run there, Jack. That was fantastic. Right, thank you everyone. You just watched JackDraz play Pikmin 2 with, it says any percent, oh no, pay off debt, I'm reading the wrong one. Thank you everyone for watching UKSG this weekend. We are a speedrun marathon dedicated to raising money for Young Minds, a charity leading the fight for the future where all young minds are supported and empowered. All your donations will be going straight to Young Minds. And anyone in the chat who actually subscribes or uses bits, that money will be going to help future ESA fund future events, such as the one you're watching here today. ESA is, of course, one of the partners to UKSG. We'd also like to thank BSG for supporting this marathon. BSG hold monthly gatherings in the Netherlands for people in the Benelux region. They have supported UKSG from the beginning by spreading the word and providing us with a channel to stream on in past seasons, among other things. Be sure to catch their next event on the 28th of, the 28th event on the next weekend. On the weekend of the 2nd and 3rd of March. We've already passed March, haven't we? Yeah, I'm reading this. I'm reading that. These are outdated. Oh dear. I think it's just the stream. I think we're okay. Oh. we have just at a $10 donation from Paulister saying, another incredible UKSG is in full swing and I can finally settle down and make a donation. Good luck to all of us running. Money goes to the jet ski glitch. Thank you very much, Paulister. He is actually behind me right now. Give me the thumbs up. I would like to mention there are some upcoming bid wars. There will be, for the next two I could see, as Digimon World. I got it. So yes, the next donation bid war was for Darkest Dungeon, but that incentive has already been met. There is for the jet ski glitch on Resident Evil 4, we've got a goal of $150. We've got $40 raised so far, so I believe we can get $90 in the next few hours. The jet ski glitch is always funny to see on any Resident Evil 4. It's sort of a tradition in any speedrun event. Coming up later, we have the naming of monsters in a couple of monster battle RPGs. One of them run by Trico, which is Digimon World DS. You can name 3 of the Digimon in that game. And in my upcoming game, Monster Rancher 2, you can name the main character and name the monster. If you want to know what the monster looks like, it's a blue cat on 2 legs that smokes a pipe. Unfortunately, the pipe was censored in the US version, but it's still there. He still does the animations. So get your donations in quickly, guys, and I will see you. Oh, sorry, I thought. While Tech are just setting up the next game, I would like to remind everyone that anyone who donates $25 during this event will be put into a prize draw to win one of these lovely blue chairs. I forget the brand. What brand is it? GT chair. Oh, very nice. As you can see, it's the one on stream. I'm pointing it right now. Here's my hand. And yeah, just $25 will get you into that. Oh, hello. No one's supposed to see my face. It's not it's a face for radio. And while we're still setting up for the next player, I would like to thank everyone for watching the United Kingdom Speedrunner Gathering. It's a 2-day event held in Glasgow, Scotland. Today we are at the Radisson Blu Hotel in this lovely venue that you can see. I'd also like to thank, I said it wrong before, BSG has had their 28th event on the 1st and 2nd of whatever March it was. Their next event will be their 30th event in 2 weeks' time on the 15th and 16th of June. So tune into this channel in 2 weeks' time to watch BSG.
Take my hand, hold it tight. Promise that you'll never let me go, even when we fight. Wrap my arm around you, girl. I promise I won't ever let you go. I'm holding on for life. I gotta know how you feel about me. So many different emotions in my body. I gotta know what you do on our love, 'cause I'm not planning on giving you up. I think what we got going on is something special. Something special, yeah. I want to wake up with you by my side. In your arms. In your arms. Wanna wake up in your arms, your arms.
We have just had a $10 donation from Anonymous. The comment says, "Got some rare glitches on sale, stranger." Thank you very much for the donation, Anonymous.
I gotta know what you do on our love.
Okay. So we're still having some technical difficulties getting Mirror's Edge to work, so I'll thank everyone for hanging with us. We do have some, I did mention some of the donation incentives coming up. We also have there's a Japanese or US version for Metal Slug Bid War. Currently the Japanese version is winning by $60, and the American version has had no bids so far, so I guess that one, if you want to listen to the US version, you have to get your donations in before that run. I think Metal Slug is the last run of the event. So just check it. I'm not used to not using a mouse. Oh no, it's not. I must have misread something. We also have Save or Kill the Bees in Octahedron. Currently, Kill the Bees is winning. For the upcoming Metal Gear Solid run, we have Save Meryl or Save Otacon. Neither of those have any bids so far, so if you want to see Meryl or Otacon saved in that run, get your bids in for that. Another bid war we have is Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, which I believe is just the game language here. You can either watch it being played in Japanese or English. I'm not sure if that's one of the runs that has any difference between the language. I think it's just a nice visual thing. So that works. Apparently my mic is very quiet. Would very much like to thank ESA for helping to support this marathon. As you can see, it's being hosted on the ESA channel, and besides providing us with their channel for streaming, they are also sharing gear, technical assistance and sponsors. So be sure to check out ESA Summer from the 20th to 27th of July. A lot of the people you can see here will be there as well, and some very good runs I think coming up at ESA. Since the schedule was announced, I'm excited for quite a few of them. Apologize again for the technical issues. It's Mirror's Edge. It's apparently famous for this. We here at UKSG thank you very much for your patience. We are almost ready to get started with the Mirror's Edge run. Run by Tet, giving the thumbs up. So thank you very much for your patience, everyone. just like to apologize again. When I said we were going to be switching over very soon to Mirror's Edge, I apparently lied. Having a few technical issues, so I would just like to thank everyone who's donated so far. And just a reminder, this is an event raising money for Young Minds. All of the money donated to the charity will go to Young Minds, a charity leading the fight for a future where all young minds are supported and empowered, whatever the challenges. Your donations to help make sure young people get the best possible mental health support and have the resilience to overcome life's difficulties. Thank you once again for all your donations. All right, thank everyone for the delay. We are just about to head into Mirror's Edge, run by Tet. So thank you very much, everyone at Tech. Take it away, Tet.
It's one of the worst experiences of my life.
But we got it.
We got it.